Spring in Charlottesville brings elite competition annually, and the 2024 edition of the Virginia Challenge did just that. Nearly 80 visiting teams descended on Lanigan Field in search of early season test, personal best, and qualifying standards. In many ways, the varied and deep competitive field was a reflection of what Director Vin Lanana sees as the basis for his Virginia track and field program.
Each event area is really good. We're not just a distance meet, not just a sprints meet or a throws meet, we're all of them. That is really a reflection of our commitment to having a well-rounded competitive track and field program.
Over the two-day meet, the Who's versatility and strength shone through on every event, from sprint winners to rewriting the program record books in middle and long distance to elite performances in the field. But perhaps the competition of the weekend took place just as the sun sank behind the Blue Ridge. The men's 3,000-meter steeplechase invite. 36-inch jumps in a pit brimming with water awaited the elite field, headlined by a friendly rivalry of Cavaliers present and past.
I think this meet was set up perfectly. It's something that I talked to Derek about in the winter, setting up a steeplechase, getting a good race in where we could get great competitors all over the country to come and get it paced out nicely, and the conditions were perfect. It's just about coming out here and running as fast as possible.
I love Nate. He's just the best guy. I mean, we had a lot of battles last year and he beat me in every single one of them, so I think it's so helpful having somebody push you like that, And I think we're hoping that it's the best steeple competition on the East Coast this year.
You really need to combine athleticism, a strong endurance base, and also being able to be fast enough and disciplined enough to run the appropriate race. The big thing for Nate and Yassine was to run within themselves so they don't get over their head.
I didn't want to get carried away. There's a lot of exciting energy being at home and it being such like a big event that's been hyped up. This steeplechase was gonna go out really fast. I just wanted to be comfortable at the start and make room for myself. I didn't want to push my way to the front and have to steeple with people throwing their arms everywhere. I wanted to stay, in my own space, make room for myself before the hurdles so I was staying out of trouble, and just staying consistent and clipping off the perfect splits and slowly working up. A lot of times you can't see the hurdle well. You can't tell when it's gonna come up, and you have to really look around people, identify it and make sure you didn't mistime it, because if you mistime it, you're gonna fall on your face. I remember the last hurdle actually. That's a lot of times the hardest hurdle, the one you'll see the most falls on because your legs are the most burnt out by then. But I got over that and then I'm like, all right, gotta get to the line. I did this thing. I was just trying to get a cool picture. Having a good race is special, but doing it on your home track, there's a sense of pride in that, and I don't want to have a bad race on my own track when other people are here. It keeps me going.
The challenge offered a glimpse of what's to come for Virginia track and field. It served as both a test and launch point for a program with eyes on maintaining momentum.
I think when you can host big meets at home where people look forward to it, it raises the level of what the expectations are. I think that as you have a full team with sprinters and jumpers and hurdlers and throwers and middle distance and distance runners, I think that could be the hallmark of the University of Virginia track and field program.